back to Derek Revolution. Yes, this is in fact Season 2. I had completed my original goal, and that was to play through all, if not most, of the playlist of every single dancing game, four-directional dancing game that is, released in North America on the PlayStation 2. I also included Konamix on the PlayStation 1, as well as the DDR that came out on the PS3, just for funsies. The non-DDR games did include stuff like In the Groove, Flow, Dance Factory, Dancing with the Stars, the Disney one, High School Musical 3, among all the Dance Revolution games. In this Season 2, you might be able to tell by some of the text on screen here, now that that goal has been completed, I wanted to continue dancing. And now I will be playing through all of the PlayStation 2 four-directional dancing games that I could find, of which there are a couple regular Dance Revolutions. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep this on this screen so I don't get interrupted. That includes a bunch of Japanese ones, some European releases, some of which are the same as the North American releases, so I've skipped them, but even if they've had minor differences, they will be included. So there might be a couple times where you're like, did I play that game already? Yeah, mostly. But I just wanted an excuse to keep on going. So thank you and welcome to Season 2 of Derek Revolution. The first one I'll be playing is DDR Max 6th Mix. That is the Japanese one on PS2. The way you unlock songs in this one is very similar to the much older ones where you just play a lot of songs and a couple pop up, but there's only 4 unlockable songs, so there's actually not much to do. I may unlock 2 of them as I play. I did get completed save files for a lot of these, so I will be doing full playlist without all the grinding I had to do before. I'll probably do a video talking about all the technical stuff, but let's go ahead and get on into it. Even though this is Season 2, I will be keeping up the episode number. That means this is episode 55 of Derek Revolution. This Dance Revolution, to put into perspective on release, because I was going in mostly release order for Season 1, 6 Mix came out in 2002, May, which was just 1 month after Konamix on the PlayStation 1, which I played. And that would be 5 months before Max in North America. So I will be using the North American release to sort of give you an idea of where we are in the timeline. Jungle Book was first, and then Konamix, and then I played Max on PlayStation 2. This is in between Konamix and Max. Max 6th Mix. Nope, my niece is awake and upstairs, so if you hear a bunch of banging, that's because she's a small child and children just make noise all the time, non-stop. So pardon that. And let's go ahead and get with this. This is not going to be a very long one. I think there's only 39 songs. I may have 41 by the time I reach the end of this list. So let's get going. Oh boy, it feels good to get back into this. Pardon me if I'm rusty. I did play DDR a couple times on my own time between the end of last season and this one for exercise. Uh-oh. I'm seeing a little bit of color flickering there. My capture device, I'm using my capture device is a little old. This converter is probably pretty old. I did have a couple problems where it did just shut off, so let's just hope that doesn't happen. In the time between seasons, I was practicing my cross step. I was making an active effort to try to get better. But again, it has been a while, and I am an old person. In fact, I just had an MRI like last week for my sciatica. So while I am playing these DDR games on stream and for YouTube, I am actively destroying my body. But you know what? I'll die doing what I loved. And isn't that just the way to do it? Oop. Sorry, I'm trying that. Whoop. Ooh, got a little tricky there at the end. That's alright. I feel like that was a pretty good warm-up. It was simple and then eased into tricky. So that's good. Again, thank you so much for watching if you are. This is episode 55. Like I said, I'm going to play all the Japanese and European dancing games that I could get. I am, before I had all physical media for them, and I was grinding out, like, stuff. Except for the last one when I played Jungle Book. Whoop. I was not expecting a song this low. Oh, good. Well, excuse me. Why am I so locked in for this incredibly slow part? Are we going to speed up here? Yep. I had a feeling. So before, when I was playing these games, I was doing it on a non-modded PS2. I have soft-modded it since. But I was like honestly playing the games, unlocking stuff the normal way you would. Or sometimes I just had save files from way back in the day. I did manage to dig up my old PS2 memory card. Whoop. Switching to the offbeat. Oh no, it's getting darker. Is my converter dying? But yeah, I have self-modded my PS2, and I will do a video probably in between seasons talking about some of the technical stuff involved with doing this. But yeah, so now I have a whole bunch of them. I don't have the Japanese and European ones physical. I have them on a hard drive. So now this is all modded. You might have been, there has actually been a bit of a telltale of that. How fast it's loading. This is a fun song. I like the beat for this one. But yeah, when it goes like first stage, it very quickly, faster than it ever has, goes into the this screen. That's because, unlike with Jungle Book that was loading off of a thumb drive quite slowly, and unlike the previous DDR games that were loading off of a disc at a reasonable speed, this is now coming off of a hard drive, plugged directly into the PS2. So things are going a lot faster. Ooh, got tripped up a little bit there. So like I was saying, because I was playing them full physical, and honestly, I was doing the grinding, which kind of gave me some practice, because even though I was grinding it out on controller, it does give you a chance to sort of try to memorize some of the beats and stuff. But because I was able to download save files, move them from a thumb drive to my memory card, and into these, not with this one in particular, but for most of the ones I'll be playing in the future, I'll have completed data. Please don't go to the main menu from here. Some of the options are a little weird. Oh, what do you mean? Okay. Stop. I don't know how to... I'm going to do what I can to make sure that doesn't keep happening every 3 songs. These, sometimes the options in these are just a little confusing to get right, so bear with me here. I'll try to continue talking. But yeah, these are all coming off a hard drive, so it's a lot faster. Save is still coming off of, I think it would be game option. I do have it on easiest. We'll set the max stage to 5 just in case. Maybe event mode on? Because game over, end of music, that's like, in case I start to do really poorly and would lose, it would just continue going anyway. I guess maybe event mode on would keep that, because I don't want it to end each time. But also sometimes games are just like that now. Yeah, it wouldn't be anywhere else in any of these other options. So I'm sorry if I'll have to keep doing, like, coming back to this main menu every 5 songs at the very least. But yeah, I did test these a lot of them ahead of time. I literally had a testing day where I'm gonna go and replug that real quick to make sure that doesn't keep happening while I'm playing. Oh, now it's just hecka dark. I will use this opportunity to... How do I get... What was the one for that one? This one? Sure. Those are the links. You can watch this live on Twitch or when it comes out as a YouTube video, which we'll be releasing in a sort of episodic format. Unlike the previous season, where I was streaming them and releasing them at kind of the same time, that won't be happening. Currently on my channel, Digimon Story Time Stranger is coming out. So, yeah, this will be coming out much later, but please come watch me in the live. And let me do one more. Okay, I got it back to the right color. I think perhaps I should... that does look a little too bright, but it's better than too dark. Reset this as well. And let's put it back up there when it comes on. Also, you might notice that the screen down here, the sort of foot cam, is a lot brighter. It's not as dark as it was before. I've got a pretty stupid reason for that particular upgrade. Yeah, it looks too bright now. Oh well, I'm doing the best I can here on mostly physical hardware. So my webcam does have a light on it, and the reason I didn't use it during the first season is because I have a glass desk. The camera's under my desk, pointing at my feet. And I could see the light through the desk, and it was distracting and hurt my eyes. And if you're thinking, Derek, why didn't you just put like something on the desk to block your view of the light? Like put like some mouse pads or like some kind of mats down, like to sort of put the, you know, between the light and your eyeballs. And if you're thinking, you played what, 17 dancing games? You streamed 17 dancing games. Hours of dancing and content. And it didn't occur to you to do that? Yeah, that's correct. I'm just a stupid guy. But that's what I'm doing now. I added a step to the DDR stream setup, which is just putting mouse pads down between my eyes and the light, so now it's more well lit down there. Oop. Is that a B4U song? I shouldn't have talked through a B4U song.
It's a new record.
Was it? It sounded like kind of like one, didn't it?
Select music.
I cannot tell. It was still a nice song. I shouldn't have spoken through it. But yeah, so I'm using the webcam light to make this area more lit. And I just do have mats in front of it. Oh, you know what? Also, hydration upgrade. I'm drinking this. Gotta keep hydrated while you work out. Mmm. Delicious. Alright, triple W Blondie girl. Look at how fast that goes. Before he even finishes saying second stage, he goes, here we go. That is... It is weird how, you expect things to take a certain amount of time. Or I guess, perhaps when they originally made this game, you know, they're like, okay, that voice line is just long enough to cover up the amount of loading time that the PS2 normally does. But the hard drive, like, sort of forces it to load faster. It's like the PS2 was more capable than its hardware allowed. It's kind of, I don't know. But yeah, loading off, like, it can load faster off of a hard drive than it can off a disc. But Sony didn't really introduce, well, I mean, it did, there is a PS2 hard drive, but it wouldn't become like a norm until like PS3. But I guess, you know, PS2 also did have online capabilities, oh, pardon the burp, but not to the extent that the PS3 or further consoles would have, where essentially having a hard drive was necessary. This is a nice song. So like before, I will be playing on standard for all of these songs. Oh, I just saw a clip of the B4U song robot at the end there.
It's a new record.
Yeah, it loads so quickly. It's kind of nice. Next up. Look at that, it's so fast. It is weird. I'm used to a bit of a pause there. So when I would play DDR on my off time for workout days, I would be like stopping every couple songs to do arms and doing like core crunches in between. But I don't want to slow down the momentum of the video. Okay, I found the beat there. I had a little trouble finding that beat. This is pretty easy for a standard song. But also, this is, you know, I was saying that this is between Konamics and the North American Max. The North American Max was the first PS2 Dance Dance Revolution. But this is technically the very first PS2 Dance Dance Revolution. Of course, Japan will get it before we do. And not by a whole lot of time either. But this is technically the very first time Dance Dance Revolution was on a PS2. So that's kind of exciting. Whoop! I mispredicted that. Oh, alright. You know, I gotta lock in a little bit. I'm trying to talk and commentate, but I'm here to get my steps in. Let's dance together, too. And if you are someone that is an older person, or, you know, a younger person that's interested in DDR, I'll let you know a little secret. You can just straight up join in with me right now. Any DDR video. You don't need to set up a dance mat in the game. You can watch a video of it being played. You know, if you're not as good as standard, you can watch someone else's video, or just like a playthrough of the video on like an easier difficulty. And just go ahead and just step on the spot. You don't need the arrows here. This mat here, of course, to play the game you can, but if you're just at home, you know, push your chair away from your desk and just do this. I believe the term was called shadowing when if someone was playing DDR at the arcades, or at least around my region. Okay, we got a weird beat. Okay, that was a weird one. Whoop. I definitely should have been doing some more crossing up there.
Everybody's watching you.
But my lock-in was very delayed for the song. But anyways, yeah, shadowing. If someone was playing DDR in the arcades, for example, and they were playing on just the one side, you would just
It's a new record.
dance on the other side, even though there's no arrows there, and just look at their arrows. You can do that at home.
Music.
You can play DDR so easily. I mean, it's just kind of the same with Just Dance. People do that with Just Dance too, right? Where it's just they put the video on and they just sort of do it at home. Like, sure, you're not making any records or scoring or unlocking anything, but you're just doing it for the love of the game. Go ahead and ghost with me. Of course, there's nothing quite like actually playing it. Like, to sort of date this experience, it is what, 2025? Is it 2025 right now? It's still possible. I'm literally doing this on a PlayStation 2. Of course, sometimes modding can be difficult, and you don't really want to do that. Whoop, okay. But I was playing just like full-on physical. PS2, the disc game, PS2 console, obviously a real physical dance mat, and not even like a newly made one either. Whoop. Like, this is, the one I'm playing was bundled with Supernova. So this thing is quite old, and here I am still doing it. So if you're ever feeling like, oh man, it's impossible to do this at home anymore. Nah, man, I'm doing it. If you want the full experience, you can still have that at home. Some of the ones, like for example, I did talk about how I wanted to include the Disney Eurobeat one and the first Dance Dance Revolution on PlayStation 1. But I didn't do that last season because they were expensive to obtain, and I was going full physical. I actually have since obtained those games physical. I have the Disney Eurobeat one, Disney's Rave I think it was called, and the first DDR on PlayStation 1, and when I went to test them, they don't have the option to do the like step delay that is literally completely necessary if you're playing it on like modern stuff. Like with it coming through a capture device, or even if you have some kind of HDMI converter going to your television, you need that almost all of the time. So because the first DDR and the Disney one do not have that option like all the other ones do, I'm afraid I will have to completely omit them. Which sucks, because I really like Eurobeat music. And there's a whole bunch of it on that Disney one. Never thought I'd say, man, I wish I could play the Disney one of these. Of which there is a surprising amount. There's the one on PS1. Jungle Book, if you count that. I guess High School Musical is kind of Disney. Is that Disney? But there's also just the Disney Channel DDR on PS2, the North American one, that is. This is a nice song. It's a bit easy. But it's like just active enough to really keep you bouncing around. When I, just before streaming, testing to make sure I had all the settings right, I play... I'll do one song, just to make sure everything's okay. And I wanted to pick a song that I knew to make sure that, you know, I am actually just doing a good, like I'm doing it correctly, and the responses are proper. And I picked Witch Doctor, because it was one of the few songs I recognized from this one. And that song has so much jumping in it. that it wore me out immediately, and I was like, who am I too out of shape to do a season 2? But no, I just happened to pick a pretty exhausting song. So this one might not be very long because I think some of the later ones have like 50 to 60 songs, or as I said before, this one's only gonna have like 40. And you know, that's kind of fine. I actually had misremembered the order to which I was going to do these. Because there's the European ones, dancing stage. Sorry, I started speeding up as soon as I started talking. The dancing stage ones, which is just what they call DDR in Europe, or at least for the physical ones on PS2, they actually kind of suck. Okay, gotta follow that beat. Okay. Okay, when songs do that, it is very hard. Again, if I was playing these properly and like practicing all of them beforehand on controller, that might have been a little easier, but no, I just sort of shat the bed. My bad. But we move on. Yeah, the dancing stage ones. Crap, what was I talking about? Oh, right, I thought I was doing dancing stage before this one. And the first dancing stage has like 20 songs on it, and like nothing to unlock. So like the first 2 dancing stage games are pretty much like that, so it sucks. They have the entire playlist unlocked from the start, which is almost nothing, like half as much as usual, maybe less. The only thing you unlock are option menus. So I think it's like you're checking your records, maybe diet mode and stuff. I'll talk more about it when I get to those ones. But yeah, you unlock like option, like stuff that's on the main menu instead of songs, and there's very few. So I thought, you know what, that'll be a nice start to get back into it, because if I do one of them, one complete playlist of one, and I'm a bit tired, I can just be like, you know what, that's an okay place to stop. It's not mid-game. It was just a short one. Or if I'm not tired at all, I can just knock out both in one stream. That was my big plan, to ease back into Season 2. And then I looked at my notes. And yes, I do keep notes. They're not very good notes, but I do have notes. And I was like, oh no, there's a Japanese one first. But it doesn't have a ton of songs, so it's fine. Oh, there's the Witch Doctor I tested. Oh, this is a B for you song. You know, I'm gonna take a big sip. I haven't been sipping enough. I should be. I can't get my sips in between songs anymore because of how fast it loads. There's a cross up. What do you mean I missed that? Not the right leg arrangement there. Okay, those are some okay cross-ups. Oh, cannot see where my feet are. I must have slipped off. See me taking the blame there? Instead of blaming the mat that's like 20 years old. Okay, I mostly shut up for that song. Gotta give B4U some respect. There's a lot of B4U songs in DDR, and
It's a new record.
they're just good, just like them. I feel kind of bad streaming this today because it's a really busy week at work, and I got barely any hours. So I picked up a shift yesterday and the day before, and I had like 4 days off in a row. And like, you know what, 3 days off in a row is still an okay time to play DDR, especially when I'm returning to it. I want to have 2 days to rest my legs, because I really blow my legs out when I play this. Speaking of which, let's do a capture device reset just to make sure them frames are okay. So I'm going to turn this off and remind you of the links to the YouTube channel and the Twitch channel. You can watch this live or on YouTube, among other things on YouTube and other things on Twitch too. Lately it's been Digimon Story Time Stranger. In between DDRs it might be the Oddworld games, because I want an excuse to replay those. But yep, those are the links you can use to watch me do this. And again, I'm not streaming these DDRs while the DDR series is coming out on YouTube. So I'm sorry if you're seeing this on YouTube and wish you'd watched it live. And if you are, I'll let you know a little secret. There's still a lot more to come, so it's not too late to subscribe and check that out. Anyways, as I was saying, it's very busy at work, and I did get like 2 extra shifts, both of which ended up being longer, just because like, hey, it's still busy, I'll stay late, or starting early. And they called me in again today, and the responsible adult in me should have been like, yeah, more hours the better. But I just really wanted to play DDR. So I said sorry. Well, one person asked me to cover their shift, and then a manager asked me to come in as well. So they really do need me today. Okay, let's lock in, because this is a pretty exhausting song. Gonna have to adjust the mat's position after this song. I'm probably pushing it back like crazy. I really appreciate this slow part though. Let me get my energy back and get ready for some more jumps. Oh, I did reach that 100 combo up there, though. Oh yeah, I pushed it way back. I try to keep the bottom of the camera in line with the top of the mat there. So yeah, I pushed it way back. Let's recenter a little bit too. Straighten that thing up. But yeah, it's really busy at work, so I'm sorry, guys. But I really wanted to just have an exercise day. And if my legs aren't bad tomorrow, and you call me in, I'll come in. Ooh, this is... Whoa. This is another song I know. I could have done this instead of Witch Doctor. If this was higher up the list, and it does not appear to be in alphabetical order, I might have done this one instead for the test. Anyways, let's respect this song. Whoop. I got too relaxed. That wasn't a double. I did it anyways. Damn, good song.
Wow! It's a new record.
So yeah, if you watch this DDR series I put on YouTube, and it's the only content of mine you watch,
Select music.
here's a life update. My new job has been going fine. It's been over a year now since I started. That's it. I don't do anything else with my life. I am still working on my video game. I did not do much over the last year, but I'm getting back into it now that Time Stranger has been beat. There's one more DLC episode coming out. Okay, find that BPM first, and then I'll talk. Yeah, I don't really do a whole lot with my life. Whoop. I do have some music-related stuff coming up that's kind of exciting. Speaking of Japanese musicians, I am trying to transition from talking about Before You. Hanabiye, a Japanese, I believe the genre they call themselves is Harajuku core. So it's a bit cutesy, but mostly screamo. It's an all-girl band. They are playing in Toronto, which is reasonably close to me. I live in St. Catharines in Ontario. Whoop. That should have been a cross-up. I did finalize my plans to go see them. Whoop. Whoop. This is the third time they've been to Toronto, which is really uncommon for Japanese bands. So after missing them twice, I thought I can't miss them a third time. It was absurd that I didn't, force myself to go the first time, despite it being a little expensive. Not the show itself. The show itself is reasonably priced. It's just I don't drive, and I don't know how late the show would go. So I would prefer to play it safe. Transit to Toronto, stay the night, and then transit back the next day. And when you consider transit time, money, and hotel time, because I'll have to stay the night. And also, I don't have any friends that would like Hanabiye that drive or would want to split hotel costs with me. It's a bit of an expensive journey, but when I saw they were coming for the third time, I thought, ooh, usually it's once and then never again as far as Toronto goes, so I cannot keep putting this off. So about half a month from now, a couple weeks, I will be going to Toronto to see Hanabiye. I'm pretty excited about that. That's kind of all the updates of what's going on in my life. Like I said, I've been playing the new Digimon game. If you follow my channel for more than just DDR stuff, you would know I'm a big Digimon guy. So when the new Digimon game came out, I did do a thing called Digimonth, which I do every time a main Digimon game comes out. That should have been a cross-up, but I was talking. Where Digimon content comes out every day of the month for that release, followed by a full playthrough Time Stranger, which at the time of this stream is still happening. And that's why I saw someone actually showed up in chat, and that's why I did really poorly all of a sudden, because I wasn't expecting anyone to come. Usually I just record and it goes on YouTube when people watch it there. I did see the username. Thank you for coming in. I know who you are, I just haven't read your message yet. You can imagine why. And I will read it in a moment. Yeah. The full playthrough of the new Digimon game is out on my channel right now. Or at least coming out, including the DLC episodes. Because I got the Ultimate Edition. Oh, hey, yeah. Hey, you're bumming. I'm glad you're buying Time Stranger. It's really good. Like, Digimon games have sucked for a long time. Or, people have their feelings about them. They're usually very obtuse. I'm sure I've talked about it before in this series, but The Cyber Sleuth games are quite good, although not really jumping over any bars. Time Stranger is amazing. I'll just say it. Sure, it's not going to be a Final Fantasy level thing.
Select music.
And Cyber Sleuth, while quite good, Pokemon games are just about as good. Maybe a little less. You can get Black Agumon and Gabumon. I believe they are DLC though. You may have to pay for them. Or they might just be included in the Ultimate Edition, I couldn't tell you. I do know that the... well, let me sip a little bit. As far as I know, the only DLC you cannot buy, unless you got the Ultimate Edition, are the Cyber Sleuth costumes. But I'm pretty sure you can get Black Agumon and Gabumon. And that does lead, you can get, if you get the Ultimate Edition, which includes the DLC episodes, you can get a Black Omnimon, as well as Omnimon Alter B, which is another, like the alternate Omnimon. As well as Omnimon Schwartz Defeat. So those are, again, DLC ones. But yeah, Time Stranger is a really good game. I know people like to compare Pokemon and Digimon and try to make them rivals. But, and generally I try to speak without bias. But Digimon Time Stranger is better than Pokemon games right now. Like, come at me if you want. It's just such a good game. And honestly, Pokemon games aren't very good. I know people like them a lot, and they're fine for the most part, but as far as production value goes, I feel like Pokemon fans are not being given the respect they deserve considering how much money they spend on it. There is no Z Millenniumon, no. There is a regular Millenniumon. That is part of the base game. You can get a Millenniumon. Yeah, no, it is good. You can tell that the work was put in. It is like nearly fully voice acted. It's new areas. All the models are touched up, so it's no old assets. I'm sure the old assets were used as a base in a lot of cases, but it's a better looking game. It runs better. It plays better. It's got a bunch of quality of life stuff in it. Also, I realized we're not getting booted to the main menu after every 5 songs, so I guess I did get the options right. Oh, I already like the sound of this one. It sounds like Eurobeat. I'm gonna be quiet so I can appreciate the song. Okay, maybe not as Eurobeat as I was thinking. It's got some tunes of Eurobeat in it, though. So, you're bumming. And please let me know if I can just call you by your proper first name. I just try not to dox people on streams and go by their usernames. Even if they are close friends I'm on a first name basis with. But this will be... Do you remember Valerie? She, got me into this. Okay, Nate is fine. Perfect. So like I said, I don't want to call people up by their first name if they don't want it, but I was aware that it was you.
It's a new record.
Hence why I was able to reference Val. Val got me into DDR. Back in high school, she was my girlfriend for a while. What's up with Val? Haven't seen her since you dated? Yeah, me neither. Me neither, dude. I mean, that was high school, so we didn't separate on the greatest of terms, and yeah, I just haven't spoken to her since. And that was in high school. I'm 37 now. I don't know what's going on with that girl. I've brought her up a couple times while playing this, because I do have to give kudos for her to getting me into this. I wasn't into rhythm games at all until I met Val in high school. Yeah, I know, we're the same age. Hence we going to school together. But yeah, I was like, I like video games, and she's like, well, I play DDR, and I'm like, that's a video game, I'll try it. And she's like, and she was so confident, I've told this story before on the series, but she's like, if you get better than me, I'm gonna break your legs. I got better than her in no time. Are you kidding me? I was all like, I mean, I wouldn't call myself a huge gamer now. I play very casually these days. I play co-op games with friends, mostly, and nothing hard. We always play on like the easy difficulty. Well, I recognize this song too. But yeah, she was like, okay, I'll come to the arcade with you. I think I could not get a good look at the thing you just said in chat, but I saw the word Fairview. So I'm assuming it's related to when there was a cinema at the Fairview Mall in my city, and it had an arcade, and people would go just to play DDR. They would let us pass the ticket booth because they knew a lot of kids weren't there just to play in the arcade. And yeah, I was like, of course, you know what, I'm an open-minded guy, I always have been. Ooh, doing them cross-ups. Not that one, though. Sorry, locking in a little bit. Yep, Sean, our buddy, our mutual friend Sean, showed you DDR when we were at Collegiate at the Fairview Arcade. Yep, that's how Val introduced me to it as well. And then it was a video game, so I'm like, you know, I'm gonna play this video game. Played it mostly exclusively in arcades for a bit, and then she got a home version, so we played it a bit at her place. And then I would go on to play it at my own house long after her. I mean, look at the timeline now. This this was like what, 20 years ago now? I'm 37. Yeah, I would have been a teenager. It's almost 20 years later. I should try to track her down on social media, but like not in a creepy way. Just be like, hey, been thinking about you lately because I'm playing DDR. Check out my DDR videos. They're cringe as hell. Yeah, it sure does fly. I was saying earlier in the stream, you know, to put into perspective. Oop. I went for an MRI like 2 weeks ago because I have sciatica. Like, my body is shutting down. And don't even get me started on my mind. I wasn't even like a drug using kid in high school. Whoop, okay, we're doing something weird. I didn't smoke, or actually I've never smoked weed. I tried edibles in my like mid-30s, so I don't have drugs to blame for what's happening with my brain. Or perhaps a lack of drugs is what's happened. I got too much reality, and it fucking cooked my brain. Edible spikes your anxiety? That's interesting. The only time I don't have anxiety is when I take edibles.
Wow! It's a new record.
Like my brain is always on guard, and I'm always aware of everything so much that literally the only days when I'm truly at peace, and I know I'm going to sound like a real stoner when I say this. I'm going to sound like a real stoner saying this, but and I am not. I take edibles just a couple times a year. No more than 4 times a year. I'll just have a day where I take some edibles and then I just chill. I just watch old, weird cartoons and chill in my room. I don't even like get high with people or go out. I got high and went out once, and it was okay.